Welcome to the world's fastest growing podcast that interviews random Todds and asks them unpredictable questions in a series of wacky segments.
Here at the Toddcast, we believe every Todd has a story, and we want to hear it. All right, welcome in, Todd Squad, to another episode of the Toddcast. Get your ears ready to hear from photographer and real estate broker Todd Turner. Find him on Instagram at Todd Turner Photo. Welcome in, Todd. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, thanks for having us as well.
Off to a great start, I see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're always
really
out,
smooth. I liked it.
out of the gate strong as usual.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, we brought up the photography. I took a look through the Instagram, and I see you've had some pretty sweet photo shoots. I mean, you've done shots with Taking Back Sunday, Bayside.
Mm-hmm.
I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty into music, I would say, or
Yeah. So actually, my backstory is I was a touring musician for a long time. So a lot of those bands I actually know personally from playing music with them through the years. So I got into photography after going back to school as an adult student. So naturally, I shoot a lot of concerts because I have a lot of connections to that scene. And I spent probably about a decade touring the country playing music. And I was in a band called Far Less, and I was a drummer professionally. And we were signed to Tooth and Nail Records back in the day.
nice.
So we're all like, all
man.
of those guys, we're all connected for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, I used to be a big Taking Back Sunday, a bunch of different bands, Bayside and things like that fan. So
Rad.
I saw that. I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I saw that. I mean, you got some sports photography, a lot of different genres of photography. So
Yep. Yeah, actually, Adam from Taking Back Sunday, ironically, he's from my hometown. I've known him a long time.
nice.
So,
that's
That's
awesome.
So we're buddies, and it's crazy. It's been fun because I'm not playing music anymore, and I had this transition from being known as a drummer to now being known for photography, and so it's kind of cool to get on the other side of the stage and get wrapped up in all that. And then I shot like some bigger concerts, like before COVID hit, of course, but Foo Fighters and
Wow.
the Eagles, which was cool but really boring.
Take that, Eagles fans. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the songs are great. It was just so boring. It was like,
Yeah.
it was literally like watching grandparents just stand there, and they sounded great. It was just one of the most boring concerts I've ever seen, I think.
Well, they just like get up there on stools and they just crank it out for like
Basically.
3 straight hours.
Yes.
That's about
Cranking
it.
It's probably about as exciting as like a Boys to Men concert would be. I can't imagine
hey.
theirs are very exciting.
I don't know. They've got some moves.
They do. Well, yeah. Well, some moves. Well, now when you're old though.
Yeah,
Like,
the
how
moves
many
kind
moves
of
do you have left?
you go from exponentially less, I would
Right.
say.
Right. But I ended up like pretty deeply embedded in the music photography world naturally, Plus most musicians now, like you get to Take It Back Sunday level, and Bayside, they've done pretty well, but a lot of your musician friends don't have any money, so they hit up their homie who can take photos, and it's like, hey man, you want to hit the show? We'd love to have you there, So it comes back around. It's been nice though. I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty sweet. I mean, yeah, we've kind of just scratched the surface on kind of some of the things you're passionate about, and we'll dive into a little bit more on that in our first segment.
Once Upon a Todd.
All right. So Once Upon a Todd, this is basically a time where we get to talk about who you are. And the question we kind of want to pose to you today is, what are some things that you are passionate about? Already heard music, photography.
See, that's like really complex with me because I guess my MO, to like summarize myself very, very quickly, is that I'm into like everything. Yeah. I'm literally the walking epitome of jack of all trades, master of none. Like I said, I mean, I was an athlete that originally went to college to play football. And then I stopped that to start playing music, and then became like a punk rock musician, indie rock musician, then got into photography. Now I'm a college professor that teaches photography and graphic design, and a real estate broker, and all kinds of things in between that, you know? So I think when you talk about things that I'm passionate about, as stupid and cliche as this sounds, I really am the kind of person that's passionate about having a passion for anything, if that makes sense. You know, because a lot of people don't. they just don't find it.
And the proof is there. It's not like you're just saying it. You've dabbled in so many different industries. You've done so many different things. So when you say that, it does have validity behind it, rather than somebody who says it and they're just like, I've worked at Walmart for the past 50 years. Like, it doesn't seem like you're too passionate about anything except for greeting people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, what a job for you.
Yeah. So explorative.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But it sounds like you've taken the photographs and now like you've achieved a level of mastery with it. And now you're starting to teach it. So, I mean, yeah, that shows a true level, I think, of passion and like,
that does takes it to another level.
Yeah. And I would say I'm absolutely passionate about teaching too. I absolutely love to teach. The money in it is awful, as anyone that teaches would tell you, but the rewards of like, especially at the college level, I don't think I could do high school or lower because I don't want to babysit anybody. But at the college level, they're paying to be there. And those, when they bring their passion and curiosity into the classroom, then you get to like share this really awesome connection with them and be a positive like pillar in their lives, which I think obviously outshines the money in the profession, you know? Yeah. But but I'm also teaching a creative field like photography and graphic design. If I was teaching Western Civ or math, I don't know that I would really care about teaching, you know? Yeah. I like, because my class can be fun and creative, and it can change every day if I feel like it, you know? Right. So you're not barricaded between walls of what you can do. Like basically you can be creative and kind of take it wherever you want it to be. Right. Yeah. It can change every single day. Yeah. No, that's, and I mean, teaching, that's one of those things you can't, if you're not passionate about, you're not going to be great at it. Or the people that you touch in those classes and stuff aren't going. That was the worst phrasing. Whoa. It's 2020. You can't do that anymore. You will lose your job quickly. So. No, I know exactly. Obviously, you should. Look, I know exactly what you were saying, and every time that I say that and phrase it that way, I have a little hitch in my step as well. Like it came out, and I was like. But it was innocent. But that's the world we live in now. It's hypersensitive. You got to be careful. Yeah.
Funny enough, that reminds me of the School of Rock quote. He's like, "I've touched your children, and I'm pretty sure they've touched me too." And
right. Like, yeah.
So just to interject real quick, I think we need to get like a ticker for every time you make a School of Rock reference on this podcast.
Yeah, I think like once an episode.
We're up to a theme.
It's his go-to. Anything. You ask him anything about a movie, and he's like, "Well, in School of Rock." Like a while back, it was like, I forget what it was. What is a movie quote? Or what's your favorite movie quote? And it's like he picks one from School of Rock.
School of Rock.
Yeah. What is the worst movie you've ever seen? School of Rock. I'm like, what are you talking about? Everything is School of Rock with this guy.
That's it.
I actually had a friend yesterday who posted photos of himself. He's in he lives in Brooklyn, and he's actually going to be Spider, that dude from the the Battle of the Bands. So he's so hot. He's so hot. Like, I thought that was great.
I wonder how many people dress up as Spider from School of Rock.
That's what I was saying. That's got to be like, that's single digits.
Yeah,
right. It's
so unique.
It's Michael and your friend.
Yeah, right.
Those are the only two people.
Dude, I
Everyone
wish I could
else
rock
is like,
that outfit.
I don't get it. It's
Yeah,
like,
cool outfit.
I'm that very small role character from School of Rock. Like, surely.
It's always weird whenever you do something that's like a referential deep cut, and you and like three other people get it, but then like you're out in public and people are just like, what's this person doing?
Totally. Yeah.
Like
I for Halloween last year I like dressed up as like 3-hole punch Jim from The Office. I don't know if you watched The Office.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nobody at my work got what I was. Not one person knew who I was. And I was like, how does no one in an office watch The Office? So I was upset about that, as you can probably hear in my voice.
Oh yeah. Like so I'm a Halloween fanatic, but last year I decided to be Ryu from Street Fighter.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I kind of went all out and I did it really well, but I showed up to the party and I realized that like there was like 3 dudes that would come up to me and be like, Hadouken! And then the rest, all the girls were like, what are you? Like,
what's this? What's
like
this
guy? Karate dude or what? Like, what is it? So I feel you. Sometimes your best work goes unpraised.
That's
for sure.
It's
Those
sad.
3 circles on the shirt was definitely the best I could do. So
You put a lot of effort into it. I remember seeing that, and it took some time.
yeah.
So you brought up something about the podcast that you did before or you had an idea of, or what was the explanation on that?
So there's kind of 2 topics that I want to mention to you guys. First of all, what's most pressing above me having a podcast in the past is the fact that as a photographer, I have been kicking around this idea, and that's what tripped me out when you guys hit me up. I've been kicking around the idea for a long time as like kind of like a fine art portrait photography project. And I've already started. I have a list of them that I've contacted, but I've basically been seeking out every Todd Turner that I can find in the country.
Yes.
And I wanted to do a portrait book where I would take some lights but like a 1-shot portrait that told the story of their life as a Todd Turner, you know?
Oh man.
Without having any written context. So it's purely visual. And I just thought that would be such a rad idea. It's really a thing about funding. Like, how am I going to really fly around the country and take these photos of all these people? You know, like, who's going to pay for that?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking like $500 to fly to each one, you know? So,
yeah.
And then, so it's kind of like a pipe dream idea that I think would be really great. And then, and I also make a lot of puns with my name. So like my PlayStation handle, for example, is Todd Bless You. Yeah.
Jot that one down.
Yeah. And then if I roast somebody every now and then online, I'll use the hashtag May Todd have mercy on your soul. A lot of those. But I was just stoked when I saw you guys reach out because I'm not particularly like celebratory about my name. It was just the 80s. Like I'm trying to think of a relevant one now. Like I don't know. I can't think of one. But
Braden.
That's what I was about to say. Braden or something. It was like the new wave. But it is 1 syllable, which is cool. But see, with mine as Todd Turner, a lot of people are like, "Hey, so you related to Ted?" That's the one I get all the time. I'm like, "Whoa,
Ted."
I'm like, I wish I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now. I'd be gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tina, like Tina Turner. But.
Well, that is, I think it's the
rolling on the river.
The 1 syllable like Ted and Todd thing is what did it. But and I did have a podcast a few years ago, and it was going really, really well with like my closest friend who was the singer for our band, and it was actually called Stonehenge, like with a D in the middle, and we would basically be in a certain frame of mind, if you will, and just have like front porch conversation with a lot of musicians and people that we toured with.
Oh wow.
And a similar concept to this, like remote interviews. and that was kind of a side venture. But then when I went back to school, I just found that I had no time to manage it anymore. So I had to kind of let it die. But it was a lot of fun, and I miss it. So I'm thankful that you guys had me on because I do enjoy these.
Yeah. Yeah, we're thankful to have you on. And also, if you get that list of Todd Turners and slide them over to us, we'll have
absolutely
some more Todds on.
For sure.
If we run into any in our travels, we will pass them along too.
Absolutely. Please do. I will just I'll tell them about my project that likely will never happen, even though unless I come into some serious money and free time. But I just thought it'd be such a rad concept to do that, and I could just see it. Because I thought it was cool, not just your first name, but literally like phonetically your first and last name to have that same identity, So people say that you obviously look, but to think of how radically different our lifestyles could be with carrying the same namesake. And so this is really like a very similar take on that,
Yeah. And see, like yours is more acceptable because your name is actually Todd Turner. Like if one of us did it would be weird because neither of us are named Todd Turner. Right. And we get that a little bit too, is like people are like, oh, like y'all's name, you guys are named Todd.
Right?
We're like, no, we're not named Todd.
Nope.
We're like, what?
Yeah.
Why are you guys so weird?
Yeah. That's cool. So a question I have then is, how did you guys come about this?
Well, this kind of came up on we hadn't talked for what was it, a month or so. Like him and I hadn't talked. And just out of the blue, he calls me. He's like, "Hey, I've got this podcast." He's doing like a self-help kind of inspirational podcast, and he's telling me about it. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I've always wanted to do a podcast, but I'd want to do like a comedy podcast." So we go back and forth, and we're like, "Okay, let's do something pun related with the word pod, like a podcast."
Right.
And then we're like, "Oh, we can't go the religious route and go with Godcast." And we looked it up. People already have the Godcast. And so we were like, what else rhymes with it? We went with rod and cod. And then we ended with,
sounds like pornography. Like, like retired male porn stars.
That's our
next.
That's our after dark podcast. So we landed on Todd, and then we just, within an hour or so, we hashed out all the segments, what the segments are going to be about. And then 2 days later, we just started recording.
It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. We had our first Todd on that. It was like a Wednesday, and it was that Friday. We had like the first guy on, the Monster Michael Todd, the heavyweight arm wrestling league champion. Yeah. And we were like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I looked through some of the previous guests, and it was like super, super compelling because like naturally it made me start thinking about the idea I was kicking around as a photo project, just looking at the diversity of the participants you've had on the show. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's been fun, and we've met a lot of cool people and a lot of different just lifestyles and things like that. It's cool.
Seriously.
Right. How many people have brought up the George Carlin bit?
I think only the one.
We had one
wedding DJ in Asheville.
Yeah. You cannot, if you carry that first name, you cannot escape somebody. Usually someone drunken at a bar at sometimes like, you know what I think of every time I hear your name? Todd. And you're like,
Thanks a lot, man. Of course. Real original.
I do enjoy that bit. Like I have thick skin, so, but it's cool.
It's a solid bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, the dog that I had, or the dog I showed, his name is Copper. And that kind of comes from the movie The Fox and the Hound, which the fox's name in that movie is Todd.
Yeah.
And me and my son watched the movie a couple weeks ago because, like, when we got the dog, I was like, "Oh, let's watch the movie," and I was like, "Oh, I forgot this freaking fox's name is Todd."
Yeah.
And every time I heard it, like, it made me laugh. But then I was
you should try to interview him.
Yeah, we got to get him on the show.
Who is we have to find the voice of Todd.
We do, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, that's what we're basically Todd Packer, the guy that played Todd Packer in The Office. Yeah. His name's not actually Todd, but he played somebody named Todd. So
yeah.
So I
feel like if you got the voice of Todd the Fox, you'd be on to really breaking into the next level of quality guests.
Oh yeah.
Like that. That's a gateway. That's a gateway Todd.
It's the
right there,
gateway
for
Todd.
sure.
It's a gateway Todd.
Oh no.
Oh, speaking of gateways, let's open the doors to the next segment.
What if Todd was one of us?
Yeah. So what if Todd was one of us? The Todd Squad out there, they need your advice, Todd. This listener submitted this situation, so we're gonna see what kind of advice and help you can give this person.
Okay, amazing.
You've got this. I was in an elevator with a stranger, and we both were going up to the 27th floor. He started small talk with me, which I hate, so I pretended to answer a phone call. About 15 seconds later, my phone actually started ringing and blew my cover of my fake conversation to get out of small talk. We were about 15 floors until both of us got off the elevator, and he just stared at me awkwardly the entire time. How would you handle the situation?
I think that one is very easy. I would just opt to give a very brief moment of confusion to the person that actually called me and start my conversation with, "Hey, sorry, I don't know what happened there. I must have lost you. I was in an elevator."
Oh,
That's
this Todd is smooth.
And then, and then when my friend was like, "What?" You'd be like, "Nothing. What's up?" You know,
what's up?
That's it. We're done.
You must be dodging small talk left and right then with this move.
Yeah,
that was a veteran answer.
White lies, you know. Like, but yeah, that would be the easiest remedy to that situation. That has to be it. Just the call dropped out. Like, I didn't even realize it dropped out there. I'm in an elevator. I'm sorry, must have lost signal.
That's
yeah. Look at that.
So much better than my thoughts on it.
What was your thought?
I didn't even think about that situation. I thought about just hitting the button and just getting out on the next floor and just avoiding the situation and taking the stairs the rest of the way up. Like, I need to get my steps in anyway.
Yeah.
Let me just worry about it this way. So
you can't ever let them see you bleed.
Yeah.
You just got to own it. Because you can always explain to your friend in a second why you did that.
Yeah.
They don't have to, they're only confused for a moment.
Yeah.
But you don't want to break that poor person's heart for trying to create friendly banter on the elevator with you.
Now is small talk friendly? Because I would say most people do not like it.
Yeah.
And so like, I don't think small talk is friendly anymore. I think it's more inconvenient than anything.
Yeah. I could see that, but I'm the type also that I hate being in awkward and closed spaces with somebody where you can just hear each other sniff, where it's just like,
like you sniffing over there? You trying to smell me?
yeah, right. You can always hear them smelling your neck, and it's weird. I'd rather talk about the weather.
Yeah, and see, like, what are the best small talk topics? I mean, you have the weather, you have how's your day going, but like, is there a topic that we can introduce into society that will make small talk actually riveting or better or more embraced by everybody?
Oh man, I'm sure there is, and that's a good question. You're testing my my quick wit here. Man, what would it even be? Because the first thing I always go to, I find myself doing all the time the weather thing.
Yeah.
Like, and I every time I do it, I'm like, why did I just say that?
I walked out my front door today, and literally I walked down and I saw a lady. She's like, I was like, hey, how are you? And she's like, how about this weather today? And I was like,
what about it?
I was like, yeah, it's phenomenal. And I was like, God, I hate this conversation.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I do it all the time, so I'm guilty of it. But it's always in this moment of like, I thought it was. Like here recently, it's been a little warmer than usual. And it's like, I thought it was supposed to be fall, and you say stuff like that and you're like, what am I doing? What is the point?
So why can't, I guess take it. Why can't we use pickup lines the same way we use a small talk? Because a pickup line is basically small talk.
Yeah.
But with different intentions, I would say.
Yes. It's just to initiate a process, I guess. But I mean, my personal favorite pickup line that, for one, I never use pickup lines. I've never used them my entire life. It's not my style. But
I don't need pickup lines.
Yeah, no.
This guy's too smooth.
Yeah, if you take really good photos, obviously everybody is just all about you. I mean,
it's true.
Actually, they don't, and that is a total lie because they don't even know you exist.
No.
Unless they're photographers. I mean, think about it. Like I've had photos published, and for me, these are big days. I remember like first time Rolling Stone published me, or New York Times, or LA Times. And to you, when that comes through, you're like, oh my God, I'm in the New York Times, I'm in the LA Times. But the reality is that like other than your immediate circle of people you know, nobody cares. Like nobody's that's reading that piece is like, this is such a great photo. Who took it? I'm going to look up everything they've done. You know, they don't, it's just there, you know? So
I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's the truth. I mean, it's a little different than, say, if you're out and you Shazam a song and you're like, wow, I love this. Who sings this? And now you can add it to your phone, but you're not going to save that photo and go home and look at it and just be like, wow, you know?
Well, maybe we need to create like a Shazam app, but for photos. Where if instead of like your name there, they put like a QR code and you can scan over it and it brings you to your Instagram page or something where they can see all your work.
Wow, I think you might be onto something with that because we could use it. We have nothing for that.
Well, you don't steal this. I'm copywriting it right now.
Right.
Sounds like there's an animal somewhere trying to steal this idea. Get out of here.
They're conspiring right now in the other room about.
They heard a good idea and they're like, "Yo, let's do this."
They're like, "Guys, call our developer. We've got something."
They're on the phone with Mark Cuban right now, Shark Tanking it.
Right. That's somebody that I photographed and got to meet through photography. That was pretty cool. Is Damon John.
Oh, nice.
And I actually spoke with him in private for a while, and he had this really cool conversation with me about. He was promoting this book that he had just made at the time, or had a hand in writing. I don't know who wrote it, but it's called The Power of Broke. And it was a really inspiring conversation I had with him because he was just talking about like the perspective that you have from having nothing. And he kind of told the story of how he started FUBU in New York and nobody really knew about it. And then LL Cool J was about to catch a plane out to California or something. And he had a film camera, he said, and he didn't really know how to take photos. But he convinced LL to put on the hat so he could take a photo of him before he went to LA. And that photo started it all for him. That one moment it was just a cool story with him talking to me about that. I'll never forget it. And then I see him on Shark Tank, and I'm not into shows like that really. If you've been in the entertainment industry at all, like I have, and you've seen behind the curtains, it's just it makes you. It's just hard to watch once you know how it's made. You know what I mean? You can't look at it the same. But I get it. I get the appeal. But yeah. See, we can take this one to him though.
Yeah,
I like
that. We'll bring that over to him. But another concept. See, Michael, having somebody in a picture with your apparel does work. Just like I know. See, I've been pitching to Michael that we're gonna send a shirt to Todd Gurley, the running back for the Falcons now. Yeah, yes, we're gonna send him a Toddcast shirt and try to get him to take a picture in it.
Dude,
and just post it on his social
Todd
media.
Gurley. You got to get Todd Gurley.
Oh yeah,
that's the goal.
We're working our way up there. He's ignoring our DMs, but it's in season. It's in season.
He tried to get him to record on Sunday nights, and he won't do it. So
we tried to hit him. He said we contacted him. He said he was busy. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but
that would be your arrival if you you could lock in Todd Gurley. You're doing something. You're on the cusp. But then that might be the biggest Todd. That's probably the biggest Todd in the world right now.
As of right now, I think.
Like that bar would be set at that point. Where are you going to go?
Do we have?
Yeah.
Is there a generation of Todds that's going to like overtake, or are we just going to run out of like famous Todds?
I think you might, because the way these names work is they go through like a 25, 30-year lull before they kind of resurface again. So you see like names that'll happen now, like Louise and Betsy, and like all these old school kind of names are coming around and they're cool again. Yeah,
so Gertrude's coming back.
Gertrude, Rose. I think the next batch of Todds are probably going to happen in about 10, 15 more years, maybe.
Okay. Well, maybe we got to hold on. We've got to hold on for another.
Yeah, you got to keep it afloat. Keep it afloat.
All right. So it's a good amount of Todds.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a good amount of Todds coming up, but we also have a good amount of questions coming up.
It's time to prod Todd.
All right, well, this is Prod Todd, basically a series of random questions. The first one is a classic. Would you rather be raised by wolves or gorillas?
Oh, man, that's tough. I'm going to have to say gorillas, mostly because I think they're more versatile with their movement, and I think they could totally dominate wolves and other predators a little more easily than wolves could, in my opinion.
Yeah, they might be a little more slower, but they're a little more powerful, I think.
Yeah, totally.
Much more brute strength, but wolves are very agile.
They are, except if they get too close to a gorilla, they're going to lose their teeth.
That's true. Yeah.
You know? And then if wolves don't have teeth, what do they have? You know?
Legs.
Yes. But have you ever seen a wolf hunt with its legs?
Packs.
Yeah, they have to get their friends with teeth.
So that's true. They'd have to run back and get the ones whose teeth are still intact and then hope they don't get gorilla punched.
That's true. Can wolves get dentures?
I have not tried.
What was Tarzan raised by?
Wait.
Was it apes?
Was it a gorilla?
I always want to say, I mean, he interacted with apes, but I can't remember who raised them.
I know it wasn't wolves. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Was it like an entire jungle just raised him? I can't remember that movie.
It could have been. Yeah, it might have been like a collective effort of all the jungle critters.
Well, he grew up to be a great man.
We'll have to watch. And Brendan Fraser portrayed.
Yeah, we'll have to hit Brendan Fraser up.
I mean, dead on.
DM him real quick. He's quick to reply.
Yeah, he doesn't have much going on.
Yeah, he's
he actually probably does it these days.
Yeah, things have hit a decline for old B Frage.
They stopped making the Mummy, so he's kind of like, well,
the Mummy will return again. You just wait.
I'm sure it will. It always does.
Every time Brendan Fraser needs some money, the Mummy comes back.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good answer. I think I would have went with gorillas as well. Even though, I think a wolf would make me very agile, and I could probably. But then would you move into like moving around on all fours?
Probably.
It's like in the Jungle Book. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
I got the Jungle Book and Tarzan mixed up.
Yeah. Well, they're similar stories.
Yeah, they are.
One is just more so for children. It's basically kind of the same thing. I just think like for me, I tend to gravitate towards people that will keep me safe, and I feel like a gorilla is about as safe of a protector as you could have without carrying firearms.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, just look at Harambe. Like, he was trying to take care of that child,
right?
And then they murdered him. But
right.
But I think gorillas have maternal instincts more. I think a wolf would eat me. Like, if I was a child around like wolves, I think they would just eat me. I think gorillas would be like, "What is this thing? Let's raise it."
Well, plus gorillas throw a fun fact is gorillas and other primates like to throw their poop, and wolves like to eat theirs.
Oh yeah.
So
and that's why. So when you see your dog some dogs like to do that. That's from their wolf instincts, where they're reprocessing the leftover nutrients of their food.
That makes sense.
I caught my dog doing that earlier today.
It's like candy bars to them. It's weird.
Yeah. It's so upsetting to see because you're like, no, don't do this.
Yeah.
This is not for your face.
Right.
And then like 10 minutes later, they're trying to lick your face. Like, no, I know what just happened.
Get away. That all too well. I'm like, get that hot breath out of my face.
Well, I guess to kind of roll with the the question. Which part of the brownie do you like best? That transitioned way too well. Are you a corner or a middle guy?
That's too funny. I cannot believe how I just blindly teed up that transition.
Yeah, Ethan, that was nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to say, for me, I'm a corner guy because I like the crispy edges. I like the juxtaposition art school word. Always gets you bonus points if you can use juxtaposition. But juxtaposition of like the gooey kind of center corner and then the crunchiness of the outer corners.
Yeah, it's so good.
I feel like that's the way to go. But if I have ice cream on top of it, then I'm gonna go center cut for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. And like the other day, I made brownies, and me and my kid were like eating brownies, and he put back the corner piece and didn't like it, and I was like, "Excuse me?" And then it made me think of this question. I was like, I guess it's very controversial because I looked it up, and like it's a big thing on the internet. I guess a lot of people don't agree.
I enjoy questions like this a lot.
Yeah. It's the deep dives into society.
Right. It's the thoughts that you have that you don't really communicate. You don't vocalize them very often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you reach into the brownie pan what you're going for. And
that
says a lot about a person.
And that's what the show that's what the show is. Like we dive deep into the questions that everyone has but don't get asked a lot.
Right. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. But go ahead.
Yeah, kind of like this question though. How is the restaurant Long John Silver's still in business?
That is a fantastic question.
We all think it when we drive by it, but we never ask.
Yeah,
and our fellow man about it.
It's the worst.
And honestly, this is something I've actually consciously noticed before. But every time I ride by one, they're always empty. Yeah, it's gotta be a front business for something.
Yeah,
it's money got laundering.
To be. Yeah,
okay, I see.
Yeah,
that would be my guess. Is there some kind of criminal enterprise built that all the money funnels through Long John Silver's because nobody's eating their fish?
It's got to be. And same with Captain D's. Like they're.
I was about to say I didn't know if Captain D's was like where are you guys located?
We're in Raleigh.
Oh, Raleigh. So you're actually really close by.
Yep. Yeah, we noticed that earlier today when we were looking at you.
Cool.
We're like, he's in Greensboro.
So Captain D's, I didn't know if it was like a North Carolina thing or,
I've seen them places.
Or if it was like a Captain D's was Hardee's versus Carl's Jr. on the West Coast, kind of thing.
Yeah. I think they're just both terrible.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cares about any of it.
Yeah. Which is so confusing. I literally cannot. I may have eaten Captain D's or Long John Silver's once in my life.
Right.
But other than that, never. And I've never seen anybody eat there. No. There's, like you said, it's got to be money laundering or like Long John Silver's is ran by like underground pirates that are just, it's the front for something.
Yeah.
Maybe there's clues there. I don't know.
It's like their Pollos Hermanos, like in Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah.
It's just there to be like nothing to see here, just a lot of fried fish.
Yeah, so much fried fish.
Right. That would be my guess.
Like this code name for crystal meth.
Maybe. Let me get a number
Long
3.
John Silver's?
Let me get a number 3.
Yeah, but this is the kind of stuff that like needs to be on like Dateline in 2020, and I mean these are the questions society has.
Yeah, you know
And
something.
we deserve answers.
Yeah, we do. I think we've been more than patient for them occupying our commercial properties and the parcels of land when we know that there could be far superior options to occupy those said properties.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see, like, it's so crazy to me to think Toys R Us went out of business.
Right.
Like, Toys R Us was popular, I think.
Kids like toys.
There was competition with Amazon and stuff, but like Long John Silver's, there's not a demand for crappy fish or like
fast food fish.
Yeah, nobody wants fast food fish.
Nobody
wants it. Nobody wants it. So like it's just so confusing that it's still
maybe that's what it is.
around.
They just have such a strong monopoly that they
Maybe
have
they
their
do,
own
like
very elite. Like
they're just so stubborn.
They have a stranglehold on the
like
fast food fish market.
Fast food fish market.
Fast food fish. The triple F.
It's like, is there any other choice? I think not.
Like, they just, if any other restaurant comes out with like any sort of fish option, they just show up, like, just take them out. Like, they kill the CEOs and stuff.
McDonald's still has that fish fillet though.
Yeah, but that's why it's always for a limited time because the brain trust behind it gets taken out by Long John Silver's. They're like, well, take it off the menu. We got to wait till next year.
We lost another one.
We'll find one more. We keep getting picked off.
Oh no! It's like when you're a CEO and like your marketing manager comes to you with the fish fillet marketing. You're like, oh no, we don't want it. No.
The promotion nobody takes at Mickey D's. Like, no thanks.
No,
that's awesome.
All right.
I guess we'll shift it to something a little more
this is a momentum shift.
Family friendly. With the holidays coming up, what are your top 3 Christmas movies?
Ooh, that's a good one. So number 1 is Home Alone.
Okay.
For sure. Even though I think it's the most ridiculous movie. Every time I watch it, like, I love watching it. I don't know how to describe it. I love watching the movie. But every time I watch it, I'm like, could there be any, like, 2 thieves that could be any dumber to just, like, walk into everything nonstop? And I was like, okay.
Like, the whole movie is just surrounded by, like, just dumb people, basically. Like, the parents leave their child.
Right,
like,
right.
The 2 robbers are just complete idiots. Like, the entire movie is just based off one person in the world is smart and everyone else is an idiot.
Exactly. And the one person that's smart is Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin. The last person you would think.
Yeah. I like Home Alone. One that I really enjoy is that is a sleeper is Gremlins 2. If you remember, because it was like it was like Christmas time where they were in that building and the Gremlins took over the TV station kind of thing. I enjoyed that one for some reason.
That's definitely a sleeper. You could have snapped that in like the 5th round.
Yeah, well, it's because it's one of those movies. I like a lot of movies that are like so bad that they're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a huge fan of the movie Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise, you know?
Oh, yes.
Like, as a NASCAR driver.
A banger.
It's like the most ridiculous movie ever, but it's great. Yeah. It's awful, but it's great, you know?
Yeah.
But I also really tend to, like, obviously Christmas Vacation's in there, but...
Oh, yeah.
But I also... I've really grown to like Elf more.
Oh yeah, Elf is my my number 1.
Yeah,
I could watch that. I mean, I watched it any time of the year, honestly, but like, I will watch it almost daily when it's as soon as December 1st hits. It's Elf. It's Elf at least once a day.
I also enjoy. We like watching some of the Hallmark movies. Yeah, just because they're like so bad that it's like really fun to watch.
Well, it's like. They close their eyes and they have a female actress and a male actress or male actor. And they have each of them have the exact same qualities, but they close their eyes and just randomize it, put them in the same plot, and rename the movie.
Yeah. No,
every one of those movies is
exact same plot. Like one person, whether they're widowed or just single and have to come to the small town where Christmas is being threatened at not happening that year.
And they find the one guy that hates Christmas.
Right. Or they hate Christmas and they find the most Christmas loving dude ever that's single, and maybe he's widowed. You know, like if they really get creative.
He's hella attractive too.
Yeah. Like
he's so gorgeous.
The hottest
so
bad
good
actor, like the hottest bad actor ever.
Yeah.
Which explains how he ends up on Hallmark and not in any of our top 3 that we just mentioned, obviously.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, those are fun just because I tend to really enjoy just bad stuff sometimes. I just get a kick out of it.
I'm trying to think, is this a Hallmark movie I've seen, like where they get stuck in a snow globe, or did I just make that up?
I don't know.
That's a movie. No, it's 100% a Hallmark movie. I don't know what the name of it is.
Is this a horror movie?
It sounds horrible.
I wish. That'd be
like
awesome.
They start running out of air supply in a snow globe.
Oh gosh!
Starring Candace Cameron, of course. She's in all of them. Like
filling up with carbon dioxide.
Right.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, I think it's called Snow Globe.
Oh my.
Look at that.
You didn't have to think too hard to find that one.
It's got Christina Milian.
Who that?
Oh, Christina Milian, I think, is one of the most attractive women in the world.
Oh yeah,
but like, talent wise, she's fallen off. But like,
what was it?
Who?
I remember growing up. It was when I was younger. She had a song "Dip It Low."
Yep, I remember.
It was during the part of my life where I was turning into a man. And every time that video would come on, I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot handle what's going on.
Yeah, so you go turn into a man for a little bit.
I voiced. Yeah, it was. Thank you so much, Christina Milian, for things.
Mine for that era of similar feelings was when Mariah Carey showed back up with that. What was the album? It had she came out with that song Honey and Fantasy and all those songs were on there. Like she started making all those songs with Puff Daddy and came out of nowhere, reemerged, and I was like, whoa, Mariah Carey's so fine.
Well, it's like she disappears and then she comes back and she's still attractive. Like it's so weird. Like she was in the 90s, she was attractive, she disappears, comes back in the early 2000s with We Belong Together and Don't Forget About Us songs. I'm like, she's so hot. I'm 13 at that time, and I'm like, who is this amazing looking lady?
Yeah.
And I look at her the other year and she did what is it, the New Year's Eve thing? I think she was super hammered during that.
Oh, when she bombed?
Yeah, but she was still super hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's let's be honest, we're not here to hear her sing.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Brad, what are your 3 movies?
Oh, me, Elf number 1.
Was there an Elf number 2?
Yes. Elf is my number 1.
Okay, thank you.
I like the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Yeah.
It's not great, but I think it's just I think most of my Christmas movies are more nostalgic than Elf. Exactly. Elf I genuinely enjoy, but Jim Carrey Grinch I like because it's just nostalgic, and same goes with I really like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, it's the most generic ones.
That one, the Christmas Vacation, I think, is just one of those movies that is kind of, at least if you do it seasonally, it's infinitely rewatchable.
Oh yeah,
it's so
you
good.
know what I mean? It's one that every time you watch it, you're just kind of you don't want to check out. You know, you're there. So
it's equally as funny every Christmas season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I notice something different every time too. I don't know how. I've seen it 20 plus times, if not more. And,
why is the carpet wet, Todd?
Yeah. So that's part of the reason I like it so much. Is actually, ironically, my friend and I wore that as a costume for Halloween. No, it was a Christmas party where we got those sweat suits, the vinyl suits, literally make you sweat. And that was it. Why is the carpet wet, Todd? Constantly. It was fun.
All right. So I'm going to round out this question with off the top, just you set. This is the definitive answer. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I think, well, I'd have to say yes, because Christmas is happening.
Okay.
Like, much like I just said when I talked about the Gremlins movie.
The Gremlins. And see, that's what made me think about it.
You know, a lot of people don't consider Home Alone technically a Christmas movie, but to me it is, because that's what's happening. Like, it's Christmas time, and this is happening. This is just doesn't have to do with people falling in love or you know the other storylines, but if it's happening during Christmas, that has to be a Christmas movie.
I got one more. Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween or Christmas movie? Or both?
Both. It's a duality with that movie. You can watch it at Halloween, and I think it's brilliant in that way, because it totally bridges the gap between those two without having to mention Thanksgiving.
Which is weird. Like, how do you?
It just skips right over. It's a bridge over Thanksgiving.
But
all right.
You know, how much money does one need to be considered for sugar daddy status, though?
Ooh,
yeah.
How much money?
How much?
Well, I think this is a tricky question, because I really think that depends on how poor of the girl that needs the sugar daddy. You know, because like
that's true.
If it's someone that is middle class and wants a sugar daddy, then you got to be a millionaire. If it's someone that's coming from a poor upbringing that's looking for a sugar daddy, you just need like $500 for the weekend. You know, and
$5.
Oh, right. It's like, I'll take you to Applebee's this weekend and treat you right. You know what I mean?
Treat you right.
Yeah.
How do you treat someone right at Applebee's?
That is a good question. No. You know, that was my first job in the restaurant industry back in the day. And I know how to treat plenty of people wrongly at Applebee's. But, treating them right. Treating them right, I'd say you get them a top shelf margarita, of course.
Oh yeah, obviously.
You
gotta forget you're at Applebee's.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Where are we? This is so nice. All this sports memorabilia screwed into the wall all around me.
Ooh.
While I'm eating pig spine that they're calling riblets. You know, that's an Applebee's fact for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man,
they serve things called riblets that are like, obviously to imply that they are small ribs, but they are actually pig spine, because they're discs. Like, if you're eating them, it's literally like the bone is a disc that you're pulling this meat off of.
Goodness.
But people go to town on them. Like, it's the craziest thing. They love them.
Yeah. I've never had pig spine.
You've just told the secrets of Applebee's. Now they're going to come get us.
I don't plan on returning there ever again.
They're going to find us. They're going to Long John Silver us.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've already told the secret of Long John Silver, so we are way screwed at this point.
We're all about local food establishments, and if that means exposing the darkest secrets of the chains in our community, then I'd say we've done Todd's work.
We've done Todd's work. Man,
no, I think
we got that answered.
Yeah.
So it's all about how poor the woman is.
Right. I do. I think that is the proper answer, because a sugar daddy is very subjective to how poor and how desperate you are.
Everything's relative.
So I should not give up my dream of being a sugar daddy, because
taking someone to Applebee's. No, that's very attainable. Like,
now that I know it's pig spine, like, we're getting down on that.
Yeah, seriously.
You hit her with that piece of trivia while she's eating it.
Yeah. Did you know that's not ribs?
You know, but she won't care because she's 6 margaritas deep.
Exactly. And she's poor.
This poor hypothetical person we just made up.
I know. All
right.
It's insensitive, but it's also funny.
It is. So this is a question that I've tussled with in life before, and it's rough. It's confusing to me. So it's a would you rather. Would you rather drop everything someone hands you, or never be able to give back anything someone hands you?
Oh. Oh, I would say. Well, I'd
wait,
have to say.
okay.
Wait.
Situation.
Okay.
Here's my baby. What are you doing?
Oh, wow.
No.
See, that really complicates it.
Right. Are you gonna steal my baby or are you gonna drop it?
Oh, man, that is so tough.
You're trying to ruin Todd here.
I guess. Well, I'm going to say this is a conditional answer as well. It depends on where I'm standing. If we happen to be standing on a trampoline or on a bed for some reason, then I might have to choose to drop your baby. But if we were in a hazardous location, then I'd steal it, and I guess I'd have to raise it properly at that point.
Raise the baby while standing on a bed of nails.
Yes, exactly. It was like, why were we here in the first place? I don't know. Here's my child.
Right.
Now, I mean, do you accumulate like are you always having to hold on to it? Like you gave me this baby. Now someone walks up, they're like, oh, take this book. Now I've got like a baby in a book for the rest of my life in my hands.
Okay, so you have unlimited storage space, of course, in this hypothetical question. Unlimited.
Okay.
So like you basically you're basically magnetic, and everything that you have to hold is the baby you can just like stick to your back because it's magnetic. It's a magnetic baby. It's 2020. That's what they're doing these days.
They're doing magnetic babies these days.
Right.
That's quite common.
Yeah, it's a thing. But yeah, I think anytime you hold something or you get handed something, you hold it.
Right.
Or like,
and you can't. It never leaves contact with you.
Right. You just have it.
I would just.
You're not going to drop it because you can't drop it. Obviously.
Right. Well, I see. That's where I think I'm going to have to beg to differ, because if it meant me sacrificing the convenience of the rest of my life, then I'd have to drop your baby because you left me with no other logical choice.
That's true.
In that situation. I gotta live, So and they're too young to remember. So
at that point, anytime someone just approaches you with a baby, you just run off.
Exactly, because I was. Like,
you can always.
Here's the thing. Yeah. I would drop the baby, but I would make sure it was about a millimeter away from the ground and then drop it.
That is
so it's not taking a hard fall.
How would you drop it though? Because it's going to get. No, drop it. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So
put it down.
You can't gently lay it down, right? You have to drop it.
No, you can't. You have to. Let's say you have to drop it from chest length or chest height.
Oh.
You have your arms are extended out.
Or else you have to carry it around for the rest of your life.
Yes, you can. Let's
have
put
to
some
drop
parameters.
I'd have to drop it.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this parameter in there. For 1 hour each day, you can put everything down.
Okay. I'd drop it still. I wouldn't be able to do anything. And I would actually, honestly, I would blame it all on you for leaving me with such horrible choices.
Well, this wasn't me. This was the torture genie that came to you when you were 5 and gave you this question.
Yeah. Torture Genie sounds like a great metal band name.
You're coming up with ideas left and right on here.
I think that one's a great one.
Creative minds in here.
Or it's a Game Genie for Nintendo back in the day, but for people that are into like BDSM.
Yeah. Oh God.
It's a hack.
It's a BDSM hack.
Yeah, right. It's like I don't have to go through all the really frustrating stuff and get straight to the good stuff as I plug in my Torture Genie.
Up, down, left, right, in, out. What? Up, down,
in, out. Oh.
Or it helps get you out of hostage situations, let's say, if it wasn't anything sexually related.
Yeah, I mean, those are either one of those, BDSM and hostage situation. Like those are two common things.
Yes, that we all encounter every day.
If you haven't been in one, you've been in the other. So
exactly.
Well, who would win in a fight, Woody or Buzz Lightyear? Hasn't this happened in the movie?
But they're toys. These are. We're gonna give Woody Woody is 6'5" and Buzz is 5 foot.
Life size. Woody and Buzz. Okay.
I would have to say, honestly, that even though neither one of them really have any superpowers, I would have to go with Buzz because I think the durability of his plastic would eventually tear apart the cloth fabrication of Woody.
Oh,
But I think Woody has a gun, doesn't he? Is he a
He does.
sheriff with a gun?
Right, but I mean, Buzz Lightyear has a laser attached to his arm, but it doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, and he's got that protective shell.
Are we saying that they can actually use their weapons?
Yeah.
Or like the actual two actual toys are fighting each other?
No, I think they're actually 100% functionality.
Okay, well then I would have to go with Buzz then because he can fly away at that point and he could probably withstand a gunshot through his astronaut suit, you know?
That's
At
true.
least enough to get a killer laser shot off.
Well, if he's in an astronaut suit, like if Woody shoots his little astronaut head shield,
Right.
is he not supposed to breathe oxygen? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
If
that's always
I
weird
guess
because he's always on
you're
Earth, but he's got his shield on. So like,
yeah, I think he's disqualified for being an idiot.
We've really gotten into some late night brain scramblers now.
Yeah.
you know, I'm a fan of underdogs, and the way I'd like to see this fight go down is I want to see Woody win because he's got a snake in his boot. And I want to take the snake out, throw it at him, and like the venom catches.
He has a
Buzz
snake
right
in his
there.
boot?
Yeah, that's like his tagline,
I've got a
right?
snake in my boot.
Yeah, you pull the little ripcord on the back.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
So yeah, I want him to like,
So
pull
he's
out that
like
weapon.
the Jake the Snake of Cowboys, basically.
Yes.
Essentially.
That's his finishing move.
Yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
think that'd be a pretty savage KO right there.
That would be really rad to throw a snake almost like a whip and then the fangs catch. Like they penetrate the spacesuit. This sounds like a graphic novel that we need to really pitch to somebody. It sounds
We've
strong.
got a lot of endeavors coming out of this recording.
Seriously. We got side jobs galore from this.
I was saying we got a lot of work to do after
First things first, though, is we're taking down Long John Silver's.
Yeah, screw those guys.
We're going to call Crime Stoppers tomorrow and be like, boy, do I have a big one for you.
Is that McGruff the crime dog?
Yeah. That was...
no.
That was...
he's going to take a bite out of crime.
Yeah. But who was he... I don't know. He was for some... I can't remember his organization. I do remember him, though. Because he wore that trench coat.
I Googled McGruff the crime dog, and it's like, whatever happened to McGruff the crime dog? He was sentenced to prison. 16. What? So, no, this is the actor that played McGruff the crime dog. So John Morales, the actor who played the crime-fighting McGruff the crime dog, was sentenced to 16 years in prison.
He went to jail.
They seized 1,000 marijuana plants and 27 weapons, including a grenade launcher from his home.
It's like the most violent stoner ever.
Oh goodness! It was just a front. It was all a front.
Yeah. See, he's probably the one that started Long John Silver's. Then that's the guy.
Rough the crime dog. My goodness.
Well,
we've really educated each other today. That's nice.
Yeah, we've educated America. That's the biggest thing.
We really have.
Yeah. I think we'll get a little more education here in this next segment here.
Wrong answers only.
So funky. Such a funky beat there. Oh, did you just drop an F-bomb?
I said funky town.
Oh, I said F-U town. I was like, what kind of population you?
Population
all right,
Todd. I'm sorry.
Good lord.
Sorry, Todd.
It's all right. I'll take the fall for you.
So the wrong answers only segment. I'm going to ask you a question and you just give me the wrong answer.
Okay.
Don't give me the right answer. Give me the wrong answer.
All right, I'll do my best.
Let's just I don't know, man. Let's dive on in.
I think he gets it.
Finish these lyrics. I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick
my butthole.
What kind of candy shop is this?
I like to phrase that with let, because it's kind of like someone's just like, please, like anyone would want anything to do with it.
Let me get a. While I'm here, let me get a bag of the brown eyes over there.
Yeah. Lots of chocolate.
This is the second time
homemade fudge
butthole or booty hole has been mentioned in wrong answers only.
I don't know. I mean, I tried to avoid it, and I just didn't. It was like, but that. Oh, I know that happened.
It could have went. There's literally 3 answers you could have given there, and they were all inappropriate. So
yeah, I was about to say
I think we set you up for failure in that one. We set you. Yeah. We did you in.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, I was trying to think of inappropriate things to lick in a candy shop and couldn't really think of any other than the floor, which I didn't think was funny.
I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick the cashier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sir. That'll be $5.82 for your 16 pounds of nerds. Lick.
Yeah. How about my money is no good here, and I lick you instead? That was my other thought. I don't know. Butthole just happened. I feel like because I hadn't said it in a while, and it was like, why not?
Just I think
you gotta get that out every now and then.
Yeah. A motto for a lot of people's life is the butthole just happens. So
yeah, that is true. That would be a good bumper sticker.
Oh,
another side job.
We might be unnecessarily teeing up this next question. Where do babies come from?
Well, they don't come from that area. That's nature. That's nature's birth control.
But it's the wrong answer only.
Ooh.
Babies come from mistakes.
Oh.
That's what
we said wrong answers only, Todd.
I thought that was wrong. That's what I meant.
Oh, well, I like your optimistic view on the world.
Yes, that was good. No one's ever accidentally made babies.
Yeah, that is quite the common occurrence.
Surprising, maybe, but never a mistake.
Right.
No.
Yeah, let's.
And then you have to hand them to somebody and tell them to either drop them,
and then they just hold it forever.
Yeah, right.
Imagine if someone came up to you and said that to you, like, if I hand you this baby, you're gonna drop it or you're gonna hold it forever. Exactly. It would be so it'd be like, oh shit, because you have 3 seconds to answer, or the baby explodes.
Yeah, I would just self-destruct? I feel like out of selfishness in that moment I would just drop it, and I feel bad. Yeah. I feel awful about it probably for the rest of my life. I will never forget it. But there's no way I could have a baby attached to me for the rest of my life.
Because here's the thing, it's gonna grow up.
Yeah,
it's gonna. At one point, you're gonna have an adult stuck to you.
Right. So it's basically like either drop this baby now or become an eventual Siamese twin.
Right. This is you now. You were.
Well, I gotta drop the baby then. I have no choice.
Right.
You're kind of selfless though, because now you're allowing that baby to live its own life and grow up not being attached to one person. I think.
Exactly.
That's
just
true.
Crippled probably. Gosh. If you're dropping from chest high, they're gonna have something. Yeah, something's gonna go wrong.
True. That's true.
Man.
Well, enough of that.
Yeah.
Speaking of babies, what is the wrong answers only? What is the best place for a first date?
Applebee's.
I knew it. Yes. As soon as
solid throwback.
Bring it back.
I like it. Bring it back down.
That's a solid callback.
Yeah,
that is.
That's right. That is correct.
Unless you're in high school. If you're in high school, it's fantastic.
Yo, Arby's first dates in high school. You gotta
be doing Chili's in high school at least.
Yeah, I could have said Long John Silver's there too.
Long John Silver's.
You show up and there's nothing. Well, you just show up and there's nothing in there. It's just a front.
Right. It's like,
oh, this is.
We're eating light tonight. Nothing heavy.
No, I think that's Probably the best. Applebee's is never going to sponsor us.
No, they're not. But it's okay. It's okay. I've done you a solid by ensuring that they will never sponsor you.
Thank you.
And in fact, they're like a sinking company anyways. You don't want to tie your wagon to that. You want something a little more solid.
Huh. Whew. Well, that just that made me LOL. And Todd, what does LOL stand for?
Living on leisure.
Living on leisure.
Yeah,
I like that.
I started thinking Robin Leach for some reason when I don't know.
Yeah, I thought you were
off leeches.
Living off leeches.
That's the only way I can. That's how I get my
supplements. What, Speed 2 or Speed 3? Where like I don't know. Have you ever seen that?
I don't think movies? I saw the sequels.
I saw the original.
You don't need to. You don't need to see them.
Were there leeches involved in any?
Yeah, it was like the guy who I remember like he would have a bunch of leeches all over him for blood stuff. I don't know. I was a kid when
blood
I saw
stuff.
It.
Did they? Another band name. Great band name.
Blood stuff.
Yeah.
Speed leeches.
Do you have any thoughts on this, Michael? What is yours? LOL.
Lots of leeches.
Oh, lots of leeches.
No, that's just like yeah.
See, that was one that I feel like I could come up with something better eventually, except that's what happened just now.
No, I think that's good. Like living off leisure is good. Lots of leeches.
Yeah, I like that one. It's not good.
That's not good, but like it's a terrible thing to encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just you wake up and there's just lots of leeches. I would much rather live off lizard.
Live off lizard?
What are you like eating
I would much
them?
rather. That's my diet now.
Stop that.
It's like what's that? Bear
Grylls?
That's like his new one. But he only is Survivor Man, but he can only eat lizards. Just
only eat lizards.
That's that could
new TV show.
Yeah. Very niche market there.
Hey, it seems like we are in the niches. Yeah, niches get stitches.
We found many. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, next segment.
That's odd, Todd.
I feel like this past freaking entire hour has been just odd.
Yeah, it has been pretty odd, but I love it.
Yeah, I love it as well. And guess what? It's 2 truths and 1 lie time.
Oh, perfect.
This is gonna be, it's a fierce competition between myself and Michael to see who can guess the lie correctly. And here we go.
All right. So, factoid number 1. Ooh. I have traveled to all 50 states in the United States. Factoid number 2. I have performed karaoke with a prominent cast member of Saved by the Bell. Ooh. Factoid number 3.
Topanga.
I have never had a cavity.
All right, so 50 states. He's been all over all of them.
Just all over them.
Just all up in them. Saved by the Bell karaoke.
No cavities.
No cavities. I've never had a cavity. And I was having
I haven't either.
The other day. Yeah. Oh wow.
And the microphone's
it's a rare breed.
I don't even know if he has teeth. Like the microphone's been blocking. Okay, there they are. The microphone's been blocking it the entire time. He's just gumming it.
Yeah.
He was raised by teeth.
That's how I avoided getting cavities, is because I don't have any teeth. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I went with my wolf to attack a gorilla one time.
Right.
There you have it.
Man.
Okay, so
50 states, that's a lot of states, man. I don't know.
It is a lot. I'm going to lock it in. That is the lie.
Okay. And I gotta lock that one in too.
All 50 states?
Yeah, we're double locking in.
You got
states
it.
Is a lie.
You got it.
Oh! Yes,
you both got it.
I thought he was like, that's the lie.
No. I've been to 48 of the 50.
Oh wow.
but
contiguous.
The contiguous.
Yes, the contiguous ones. Yes, but I've yet to travel to Hawaii or Alaska. So
okay. Oh wow, though
we'll get you there. We'll get you there.
So that's on my to-do list as soon as we're out of the pandemic lifestyle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So I need to
just go.
I gotta cross those off.
Yep.
Book those trips now, man. The flights are so cheap.
Yeah, but the karaoke thing.
Yeah.
So the band that I was in at the time, we were recording our album in Hollywood. So we lived out there for probably like 2 months while we were doing the recording process. And we went to they just tore this place down last year, but it was like this legendary karaoke bar called Dimples. And they had all these costumes that you'd put on. And this was like 2007 when this happened. But you'd put on all these costumes and they would record you and give everyone that participated and performed a DVD, basically. So we have this footage of us with Dennis Haskins, a.k.a. Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell. And we're all like whiskey drunk with Viking helmets on and stuff, singing Bohemian Rhapsody with them. So pretty great memory, especially if you're our age and you came up in the time that we did. Like, Mr. Belding was your honorary principal. You kind of live vicariously through Saved by the Bell. So but
oh, man.
And I've never had a cavity, and I was actually really surprised when both of you said that, because I thought that would be the one.
Do you plan on getting any?
Yeah, well, I was, but this year just got thrown off with all of the restrictions and the shelter in place orders. That I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, honestly.
Yeah, it's hard to.
However, if I eat this Halloween candy that I got at Target, pretending that I was going to hand it out to kids for Halloween, by the time I'm done with that, that might actually become another lie for me.
Well, that's oh man, the candy. So we're recording this the day before Halloween,
right?
Yes, that is correct.
And I spent $48 earlier on Christmas candy.
What?
Yeah,
I have Christmas candy.
Christmas candy.
Why do you have Christmas candy?
Because it was cheaper than the Halloween candy, which was weird. So you know how they have
they had the last second markup on Halloween candy,
right?
But the early bird pricing for the Christmas candy.
I caught it before prices skyrocketed.
Right. That's kind of smart.
I had a pack of the the Reese's pumpkins,
right,
which are delicious, and they had the Reese's Christmas trees.
Oh,
so there's 28 pumpkins in one and 28 trees. The 28 pumpkins was like $6 something. The trees were $3.33.
That's smart thinking.
Yeah, I got trees for days.
We actually had one of my friends and I had a debate recently that I thought was rather interesting, where we were discussing the peanut butter to chocolate ratio for the various seasonal shapes and which one is the best. And we both agreed that the egg at Easter time is the perfect ratio for Reese's.
That should just be the default Reese's.
Yeah,
they should just do away with the cups and just egg it up.
Yeah. They should.
Listen in, Reese's.
Well, I don't think anyone's buying them because they're in different shapes. They're just I want that peanut butter and chocolate.
That's the only reason I like when holidays come around, is because of the different types of Reese's you can get.
Right, right.
I think they need a turkey one or something, just for each time. Yeah, because they have the they have the hearts for Valentine's Day. I know that those are good.
Yeah,
I think those are just the messed up eggs from last year.
Yeah,
the ones that had
it's kind of like two small eggs attached to each
other. It's let's just put the bits and pieces together and send it out to these chunks.
We got some recently at my house that were the bats.
Oh, really? Bats?
Yeah.
No,
it's they upped their game this year. They had bat shaped ones this year. So
made with actual bat. Delicious.
Oh. Extra protein.
Extra protein. All right. Well, I mean, we both did not lose.
Hey, that's a first, I think. I don't know. Look at us go.
Yeah, there's always at least one loser, and it's usually me. So,
alrighty, time to get some advice.
In Todd, we trust.
Whew. All right. So we do trust you, Todd. And we would like to know what is one piece of advice that you would like to leave the listeners, aka the hashtag Todd Squad.
Ooh.
Hashtag.
Oh man. So I'm gonna be not like super serious with my advice, except one of the biggest things that I can tell anyone from my life experiences is to travel down some side roads in your life, just in general, because I feel like too many people fixate on one career, one skill set, and I think that really limits how full of a life they can actually live, you know, how satisfying it can be. So the biggest thing that I always tell, and I tell my students about this a lot, you got to peek your head down some side roads and go check some stuff out to see what you're really made of. Because if you follow one path, you're kind of brainwashing yourself. And I feel like you miss out on a lot of amazing opportunities by doing that. So that's always one of my, and be about your work, whatever it is, whether you're making a podcast where you talk about licking buttholes in a candy shop, or if you're, you know, playing music, if you're a carpenter, anything, be about your work and do the best you can at it. And a lot of great things will happen. Like I licked buttholes at candy shops for at least 10 years before anyone even gave me my proper credit. So
you've got to build yourself up. Like
you got to be persistent.
Yeah, you got to be persistent.
Don't take
years and years.
Don't let anyone ever tell you you're not good enough.
This is such a 2020 conversation topic.
It is. We're all kind of losing our minds from being stuck inside all year.
Yeah, but I think this podcast itself took a lot of side roads today, and I think we're all better for it.
Yes.
I think if it would have stayed on just the document we have kind of laid out.
No.
Yeah, it would be just another Todd conversation.
Yeah,
you know, and who needs that other than you guys?
Yeah, that's all we need.
We actually do need. We
need several of them.
We need more.
We need so many Todds.
Yeah,
side roads lead you to Long John Silver sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah, well, most of the time they do. At least to the parking lot or the grease trap in the back for all the fish that didn't get cooked that day.
Right. They put them on side roads because they know a lot of people don't take side roads, so no one's going to discover that there's Long John Silver's back here.
Yeah, exactly.
So they can just push drugs underground as much as they want.
Exactly.
With no one rolling up on them. Yo, LJS is gonna roll up on. They're gonna take us out.
Well, this was the wisdom section, and now we're back to talking about the drug dealing fish fast food.
That's wisdom. If you didn't know that that's what was happening, that is absolutely wisdom. I think that is justified. We are all more in tune, and we understand what's happening right under our noses in our own communities. And that's Long John Silver's is absolutely milking the system.
They're full of milk. And with that, I'm going to give you with that, I'm going to give you a nod.
It's time to give a nod to Todd.
Congratulations on this nod.
You hear the dog licking water in the background?
I didn't know what it was for a second. I was like, is he that excited about getting this nod?
Is that I start drinking water out of a bowl?
Yeah. That dog is parched.
Yeah, we could make an ASMR channel.
Yeah, we could. Of dogs drinking. I do like the sound of dogs drinking. It is actually pleasant.
It wasn't bad.
Cats are even better, I think. Theirs are funny.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't listen.
This has been a spellbinding. I don't even know. I can't even use words correct. I am spellbound at the moment. No, but it's been a really good time. We appreciate you just showing up uninvited. We didn't even invite you here. You just showed up.
I know.
You hacked into our Zoom. So no, but we've had a good time. Do you have any? Oh, everyone out there, if you want, check out Todd's photography at Todd Turner Photo on Instagram. Do you have anything else you want to drop? Do you have a website?
I guess my portfolio website, if you want to see, that's the thing with Instagram, the images are so small. So a lot of professional photographers, the files are huge. So I'd prefer, I mean, obviously look at the work anywhere you want, but I prefer typically through the website of toddturnerphoto.com. But definitely drop me a follow on there. I'm big on supporting everybody else, much the same, So, but yeah, other than that, those are the two main resources for my photography work for sure.
Sweet. No. Yeah, I checked out the website earlier. The link is in your bio, correct?
Right.
On IG. Yep. Yeah. I checked it out earlier. It looks great. I mean, you do a lot of good work. So
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So one question though, did you have a good time?
I had an amazing time.
Ooh, amazing!
I really did.
Chalk that one up.
I really did, and I feel incredibly enlightened at this point because I feel I didn't think it was going to happen coming into this, but I truly think that we uncovered a lot of the mysteries. We in this world that we're kind of before now we're hidden in plain sight, and we uncovered a lot of them. And I'll never walk into another candy store, not that I do that very often, but without feeling a little uneasy about who may be looking for an opportunity.
Oh gosh. So everyone out there, next time you're in a candy shop,
lick that cashier. Show your appreciation.
tread lightly, lick cashiers, and the next time you're on Instagram, give us a follow at the Toddcast Pod. Make sure you're following Todd. He's a good follow. Actually, I think, he's pretty good. He's all right.
He's a
we haven't
follow.
interacted. I'm not going to give him too much credit, but
like I'm a weekend lay or something. Like shoot him up. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's kind of hot.
Give or take.
Yeah. So
he's no Brendan Fraser.
Oh, never. No one is.
Yeah.
So everyone out there, go ahead and subscribe to the Toddcast on whichever platform you listen to podcasts. We're on all of them. Drop a juicy review and a 5-star rating. Also, recommend us to your friends. They'll like you more if you do that. It's a fact.
It's factual.
So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I had a great time, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Truly, it was a blast. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. We appreciate you joining. You this. You made this what it was.
No.
And
honestly,
I
cannot accept that from the creators of the show.
We couldn't do this. We couldn't do this without a Todd.
Can't. That's literally impossible.
And the Todds would have no voice without you.
We are. This is like.
No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
We'd be forgotten Todds.
Well, with that, I'm Michael.
I'm Brad.
And he's Todd.
And he is Todd.
Oh, was I supposed to say mine?
You say what you want, man.
Okay.